Hi, welcome everyone. Welcome back to the Top 50 Voices of Influence Spotlight. I am so thrilled to continue to bring all of these speakers together and really spotlight them. This is something that I am so passionate about. And if you have been following along, I am bringing to you all the incredible women that have said yes so far to the top 50 Voices of Influence Women in Alignment virtual event. And these are women who are living in alignment in the areas of health, wealth, love, and personal power. And I want to highlight that the top 50 voices of influence is more than a speaking opportunity for everyone who steps in. And this is really a space where your voice gets to expand, where your visibility meets alignment, and really where your message turns into legacy. And today I'm joined by Thyra Newby, who is one of our speakers and someone I've had the pleasure to work with over time and in different ways. And I'm thrilled that, Thyra, I'm thrilled that you get to bring your message onto top 50 voices of influence because you truly, truly have a very powerful message for women out there. But I would love for you to introduce yourself and tell the audience who you are and who you work with.
Yes, Thyra Newby here. I am bestselling author, a speaker, a transformational life coach, and I'm also a board certified clinical hypnotherapist. I love to blend in like the subconscious work with what I do because a lot of the choices we make comes from our childhood. I work specifically with I speak a lot about breaking generational trauma or breaking generational patterns, and I work specifically with like siblings. Like that's how specific it is because that is where I've learned so much about myself. And when you grow up so conditioned and so programmed, you make decisions based on all of that. And it's amazing how a lot of us are walking around in survival mode because they don't realize that they feel like, and it's also with a sense of this guilt and obligation to their family of origin and them believing the labels that their family or the roles that they were placed on them. So that's who I work with, and it's been great. And as I'm sharing something that a lot of people don't speak about because it's almost like an unspoken rule.
Mm-hmm.
What I found is so many people are coming to me and they're like, "Thank you for saying what you just said. Like you were talking just to me because it's a little bit humiliating to say that, you know, my siblings call me this or they think that I am not that I have to be what they want me to be, and that just creates a lot of confusion. So and it's my passion. It's my passion. I shared with you that is my goal is to reach 1 million women around the world, and I think I think I'm going to reach a lot more because I was
Yeah.
on stage. I was recorded for TV in a TV docuseries that is going to be released here very soon, and so I think I'm going to reach 374 million women, and it's surreal. It's surreal. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Yeah. There's so much I want to say to what you just mentioned, Thyra, from you sharing your messages. And even as you continue to share it, how specific you're getting because of the feedback that you get, right? And continuing to focus on the people that really are calling in your work, all right? Because if you're not speaking about it, people are not going to find you. And what you talk about and what you support people with is, like you said, maybe something that not everybody's willing to talk about or not talk about openly. Or when they do, maybe are met with a little bit of, backlash or resistance. So thank you for bringing this message out. And you and I have known each other for, it feels weird and crazy, but I think it's almost going on 2 years. And
Yes.
it's hard to believe that. But I've seen that evolution from you as well, and how one opportunity leads to the other and leads to the other. And you just talked about this docu-series that you were in that is going to be released, yeah, I think what, this month or later next month?
I believe it's in, yeah, within the next couple months.
Yeah, and what an opportunity for your message to continue to reach. I mean, a goal of 1 million. I tell myself, that was my goal too, 1 million women by 2029. And I know. So when you say, I don't even think that for you, Thyra. I know you're going to reach more than 1 million women with your message because of what you are doing. And that's really sharing your message on different stages. That's how your voice amplifies. So I want to ask you, what was happening in your life or in your business when you saw top 50 voices of influence and what made you say yes?
I, it was an alignment. I knew the first time I spoke on stage in November, it changed me. And when I saw the opportunity to speak on top 50 women of influence, I'm sorry, I'm messing this up.
It's
I'm a little
okay.
nervous here, but I just feel so honored. I wanted to be a part of that project. I think the more that women say yes to themselves, they're, speaking their truth. They're going to reach the woman who you're speaking for someone who's afraid to speak up. And every time you speak, you rise, you elevate a little bit more. And what I found for me was when I said yes, it's also healing. You're also healing yourself. This is not just you're healing others, you're also healing yourself. And I believe that, growth is uncomfortable at first, but it becomes freedom. And it's not, and there's no such thing as perfect timing because being perfect doesn't exist in my world, what I've learned. And I just feel like it was one of those moments that I just wanted to keep expanding, even though I have all of this nerves going on. I just want to keep expanding because I didn't want to stay the same. And I just want my message to reach to as many women who are, they're either suffering in silence or they're afraid to speak. But what I found was that you're giving permission for those very same women to rise with you. But I just, I believe in your mission. I've you met me when we first started working together. I'm a very, very different person now. And
Yeah.
so this is, yeah, this is just, yeah, I'm just really honored to be on that stage with you.
I love that. And you said something, and I tried to write it down. So I don't know if I'm going to get this right, but you said growth is uncomfortable, but it's freedom.
Yes.
And there is so much truth to that. All of us are going through growth, right? Because we're doing new things, we're growing, we're expanding. I'm putting this stage on for women because it's my passion, because this is what I want to do. I want to bring and help you and all the other women just amplify your voice and your message. Is it uncomfortable? Yeah. When we're doing something new, it's always uncomfortable, right? But it's in that discomfort that we grow. And I love that you said it's freedom. It will bring you freedom that you didn't even know existed out there because you're now sharing your message and it's allowing other people to resonate, and you're getting that message of yes, people really do desire this and want to hear it. So why stop, right? Why stop? So you spoke a little bit about alignment and that this experience, that this felt aligned. So what is it about this experience that felt aligned to you beyond just speaking on any other stage or other opportunity?
I didn't feel like it came from pressure. It really is. I believe in that we're here for a mission. We are in this world for a mission, and it just felt aligned. It was like an instant yes. The old me, and I'm an introvert, so this is helping me grow, speak up. But the old me would have said, "There's no way that I'm going to speak on stage. There's absolutely no way." But it's because I was still, going through the healing and everything. But every single time that I speak up, every single time I share my story, I receive more confidence. Like I'm getting more confident, and I know that it's not just about me anymore. It's about all those women out there that are afraid to speak up. So it's just a confidence. I can't even explain the confidence that you that builds up after you speak up, when you share your message, when you share your expertise. And then, the next day you wake up you wake up to like DMs on your Facebook and your DMs on your Instagram, and there are people out there that need to hear your voice. I can't say it enough. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. I used to hide under a rock. Now I want the world to see me. I want to climb it and be on top of that mountain. And there's something about being on stage with other women who also have a mission of service. And it's like a sisterhood. It's like we're all walking together, and we have this light illuminating behind us, and we're bringing women with us. And I just think that more people need to speak up. We need more people to share their gifts and their
Yeah.
talents with the world.
And I want to just tap into something else because what you're doing goes beyond the stage, right? I mean, Thyra, I've seen you, we connected through a collaboration book.
Yes.
Then more expanded from there. And you've shared before that the one book that we were both in together was your first time uh, putting a part of your story, because there's only so much you can write in a certain amount of words, but one part of your story that was put out there. And from there, opportunities opened. I know we had a chance to connect. You shared your story in another book from that, the opportunity to be on stage. And now you've been on, I've lost track of how many stages you've been on. You're also going to be a part of the Voices of Influence collaboration book that goes hand in hand with this event. Tell us a little bit about why you share your message, not just on stage, but also in magazines. You're on the front cover of this month's magazine, of the Million Dollar Mom Inc. magazine. So tell us why you choose to also share your message beyond a stage and in writing as well.
Well, I have a daughter, and I want to leave a legacy for my daughter. I want to show my daughter the possibilities of and how strong women are. And it's it's for all the little girls around the world, for all the young girls and my nieces. I do this for them. And I want to leave that legacy behind because I want them to know that they don't have to lessen themselves for any other human. And the book Transforming Pain into Purpose, I've been in several collaboration books, as a matter of fact, and I have a solo book, and I have one that I'm working to get published this year. So it's really, really surreal. But the first time that my first collaboration book, where we connected, I want to tell you how powerful that was. I had no idea I was going to be a speaker and what I'm doing today. It was because I wrote my story in that book, and someone reached out to me, and then it's just a spiraling, it's just like quantum leap change, like quantum leap change. So, so yes, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, and I really want people out there to hear this, that you have to say yes to yourself on something, anything, even if it feels scary, because that may be the opportunity that is going to unlock the next thing. And I always say, there's a Steve Jobs quote that says, and don't quote me exactly verbatim on this, but it's like, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only look back and see how the dots connected. That's how I feel about life. That's how I feel about every person that I meet. And you and I, Thyra, we met through that book. Now I can look back and I'm like, oh my goodness, connect the dots of where our journeys together have led us, right? But
Hmm.
it's like it starts by saying yes to yourself, 100%. Now, what would you tell or what would you say to women who are feeling the call to step onto the top 50 Voices of Influence stage, but hasn't said yes yet?
So what I would say to them is, and like I said, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And it's more than my business. My business has grown because I said yes. And when I spoke on stage, that's when it really, really blew up. And it's to the point where what am I going to do with these people? Not really, but just, but it, I mean, they're finding me, and and I don't do it, like for the, I really do it because it's just what how God made me. I want to share my message with everyone, but my business every day I wake up, I'm having so many Facebook DMs and Instagram DMs, and it's just amazing. So my business, 9 people just recently said yes to my 90-day program. It is that powerful. And I'm just sharing my story, what I've been through, and how I took that pain and turned it into purpose. And I say the things that some people are afraid to say, but I'm speaking up for those women that are afraid to speak up. And because of that, my personal life, my just the abundance, the people that I'm attracting, it is amazing. So as you can see, it's very surreal, and I haven't stepped on your stage yet. But these are just coming from the 2 things that I did with Million Dollar Mom was huge, and we just did the top 100 women in power. It is so much powerful. I mean, I really urge you ladies, if you're thinking about it, do it. The what you get in return is ginormous. It's ginormous. I can't say enough good things about it because I'm experiencing that right now.
Yeah.
So I really, really urge you, come do it with me. I'll be by your side. Let's go speak on stage together. Let's make the changes. We're changing the world. And do it for your younger self too. Do it for your younger self. If you were placed in roles where you had to be lesser than, do it for that. Do it for that your younger self, and show her where you're at right now and how powerful us as women we are.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that so openly because you're right. When you step into the top 50 voices of influence, you're not just going to step onto a stage and maybe some people get intimidated by the word stage, right? But you're not going to just step into this virtual event to share your message. You're also going to be able to connect with all the other speakers. We're going to have three, we'll call them networking or rich or mixer events before the actual event. So you can actually connect. So you can hear from the speakers. There's going to be three of those before the event and then one after the event where you come in, you connect with everyone. So you're not just like, I'm coming here, I'm dropping in, I'm stepping out. I guess you can do that if you want, but that's not where the transformation happens right there. This is not where you can go in and deliver your message and then step out and walk away, but that's not
Mhm.
going to give you that enriching experience that you desire when you walk into a room or you walk into a stage. So this is your invitation. This is why I've created the top 50 voices of influence because there's so many women who are ready and they just need that space to step into. If you've been watching, if you've been listening, if you've been feeling something inside of you, this is your invitation. You don't have to be polished and feel like you have to be perfect to do this. You just have to believe that you have a message that the world is ready to receive. You are someone else's prayer. Someone is looking for you right now. And if you don't share your message, they're not going to find you. And this is why I'm like so passionate about this, about bringing women onto the top 50 voices of influence. And even beyond that, taking their message and putting it in a book so it can continue to last. And we didn't even talk about, I mean, it's top 50 voices of influence, but our keynote speakers are also having the opportunity to share their message live, also be transmitted on, the Million Dollar Network, and their message is going to be live on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and their message is also going to go onto my upcoming TV show, Voices of Influence. It's also going to be, streaming on those platforms. So when Thyra says, my mission is to reach 1 million, And now she's been on a stage that is going to reach beyond that. This is also your opportunity to step on a stage where your message also gets to be in front of 374 million people on these platforms, aside from everything else, right? So, again, if you're connected to Thyra, if you're connected to me, if this is something that, is tugging at your heart, then we'd love to welcome you in. Welcome you as a speaker and really let your voice be heard. Your voice is meant to be heard, but more importantly, it's meant to be remembered. And Thyra, I know your message is one that people remember.
Thank you.
Any final words that you have?
If you feel the pull, do it. I am telling you, my life is different today because I said yes to myself. And like you said, the word stage, that's speak to your younger self. Speak to your younger self. And all of that nerves will go away because if I can do it, anybody can do it. But it is extremely powerful. There are women out there waiting for you. They're waiting for you.
They are.
So,
And this is your opportunity to reach them.
yes.
So stop the chatter in your mind that says you're not good enough, you're not polished enough, you don't have enough followers, because this is the very thing that will allow you to connect. But you're going to connect with the people that are truly waiting for your message. You just have to say yes to yourself first. The invitation is out there. We're going to put the link in the comments and we are ready to welcome you in. And more than anything, we're ready to connect with you both as speakers. I'm ready to connect with you as a host and really bring you and continue to amplify your message because this is not one of those opportunities where you step on a stage or you step into a virtual event and then you present and it's over there. It's done when you're done. This continues to amplify and expand. And this is why I love this opportunity and what I'm building for others because it doesn't just end here. We get to decide when it ends. And for me, it never ends because we're always going to be sharing our messages, even if it's in different ways. Thank you so much, Thyra, for being here. We look forward to everything, for your message. I know part of your story, but you have such a powerful voice, such a powerful message, and I can't wait for so many people to receive from you during this event.
Thank
So,
you so much, Chris.
yeah, you're welcome. And again, the invitation is open. We're going to put the link in the comments, and you're welcome in. Until next time, goodbye.
Bye bye.